Senator Rand Paul has decided to make a big deal about the identity of the whistleblower. This is the individual who filed a formal complaint in regard to Donald Trump's phone conversation with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. Now, in that phone conversation, it was clear that Trump wanted Zelensky to dig up dirt on his political rival, Joe Biden, and his son, Hunter Biden. Now, Rand Paul has started regurgitating what Trump has said. Trump wants to retaliate against this whistleblower. The whistleblower at this point is irrelevant because now you have more and more evidence, including Trump administration officials coming out and testifying that what Donald Trump did was wrong and that there was quid pro quo involved. So they have corroborated what the whistleblower has said in his formal complaint. And the federal government is supposed to protect his identity if he or she wishes to remain anonymous. But you have Rand Paul running around town arguing that I know the identity, and you know what? I might reveal it. I might reveal the identity of this whistleblower because I'm trying to cozy up to Trump because I want to make sure that Republican voters reelect me in the future, right? So, asked why he hasn't disclosed the name of the official individual, Paul told reporters that he probably will. Then he said, I'm more than willing to, and I probably will at some point. There is no law preventing anybody from saying the same. He actually doubled down on these types of statements in his appearance on Bret Baier's show on Fox. Take a look.
What about this concern that protecting whistleblowers overall, if you name this person, suddenly jeopardizes other things? Let's go back to 2014. Campaign for Liberty, founded by your dad. You say this: we've got so many millions of government contractors that when they see something wrong, they should be able to report it without repercussions. Your dad, Ron Paul, says, I think we should praise our whistleblowers. Ron Paul said to Applause, adding people like Edward Snowden should be rewarded.
Absolutely.
So if those statements are true, why are you doing what you're doing now?
I agree completely with it, but we were defending Edward Snowden, who I still defend, and I think he should have gotten whistleblower status. Most of the people defending the current whistleblower wanted to lock up Edward Snowden and hang him or execute him. So yes, the whistleblower statute should protect people.
Only the whistleblowers that you like?
No, they should protect him. I want Edward Snowden protected so he's not executed. I want him protected.
What about this guy?
I don't want him executed either. I don't think he should be fired, but I agree with what Lindsey Graham said in your lead-in, and that is that it's a protection from being fired. It's not a protection to be anonymous, particularly if it's going to be a criminal case. Once you have a crime, there is a constitutional protection that you have to confront your accuser.
So there are different standards depending on which whistleblower he likes, right? So there are certain whistleblowers that deserve protections as long as they go along with something I believe. But when it comes to, let's keep it real, it's not even about liking a whistleblower or disliking a whistleblower. It's about Rand Paul's political career. It's about appealing to Trump's base. That's all this is about. If Trump's base was in favor of protecting this whistleblower's identity, then he would fight to protect the whistleblower's identity. Again, the whole purpose of revealing this individual's name is so people can attack him or her, right? I don't know who this person is, and I have no interest in reading any of the disgusting right-wing media that's putting names out there.
When Bret Baier catches you in a lie and points out your hypocrisy, I mean, pack it in.
I know,
it's
right?
The walking date rape drug just called me a hypocrite. Bret Baier looks like a walking date rape drug. That's what I just said, and I stand by it. The point is that even Fox News, I think they're like, all right, how much disbelief am I going to enter into here? In order to continue allowing Republicans to just say whatever they feel like. I don't know where this ends. Where does this go?
You keep moving the lie, or you just continue to move the lie. So he brought up this, maybe correct me if I'm wrong. We're still in an impeachment inquiry, am I right?
Yeah.
It's not a criminal investigation. It's not a criminal trial.
It's a political process.
Is Donald Trump up? Does he have, are they about to sentence him if they convict him of these crimes? No. The Sixth Amendment says, the very first phrase, in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial, and on and on and on, and also a counsel, and also gets to face his accuser. That's what Rand Paul keeps referring to. The Sixth Amendment. The Sixth Amendment, the Constitution requires you to face your accusers. In a criminal prosecution, it's not what this is.
Right.
This is to investigate his lawlessness so we can see if we're going to put him up and then impeach him. And even if you impeach him, he's not even necessarily going to go out of, be taken out of office yet.
Right.
So to keep shifting the reality of the situation. When he spoke to a reporter, I forget which network she was from, he goes, you have to get your facts straight. You have to get your facts straight. You see, I can do all this because the Sixth Amendment. The Sixth Amendment doesn't matter if we're endangering the life of this whistleblower. The Sixth Amendment. These are two different things. So you want to go with the law, at least read it first before you start lambasting other people for not reading it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Bayer, apologies for what I said about you, but he does have a point, which is that, and I think for people on the left and the right, and it doesn't really matter what your party is, but having a double standard around whistleblowers is not okay, right? And we should be protecting whistleblowers. But I mean, for example, the Republican Party, when Assange released, video of Blackwater, right? Killing civilians, like, okay, Assange is a pariah, we hate him. And then when Assange releases stuff around Hillary Clinton, Trump talks about him at every rally. I love Assange. Julian, WikiLeaks.
I know.
Wiki. Like, so you can't just bend whatever. I mean, listen, I think Assange has gone off the deep end a little bit. I also think that he, should not be necessarily, I don't know what. I don't know if he should be extradited, etc. But you can't have it both ways, right?
Yeah,
whistleblowers should be protected.
You can't change where you stand on various issues based on whether it helps your political agenda. And you see that happening certainly on the right. And one thing that I wanted to just quickly mention, look, who knows what other questionable things Donald Trump has done while in office. I think this is also his way of intimidating future whistleblowers from coming forward. This is a form of intimidation. This is what he's doing. That's all it is. Because he knows that the evidence is out there. I mean, he knows that there are people testifying against him right now. I mean, he's putting out this argument that, he wants to be able to confront his accuser, right? That's what he wants to do. There are accusers right now. You know them by name. You know them by name. How come you don't want to confront them? It's because it's not about defending yourself. It's not about confronting them. It's about preventing other whistleblowers from coming forward, because I have no doubt in my mind there were other things going on in that administration that were questioned.
And to ignore the lawlessness that's happening. Instead, again, we talked about before, it's not about the content, it's about the process they're gonna attack. This whistleblower is anonymous. The whistleblower is anonymous. Hey, I tweeted earlier, I can name several whistleblowers: Gordon Sondland, Bill Taylor, Alex Vindman, Mick Mulvaney, Rudy Giuliani and Donald Trump. They've all outed you because you all said, hey, this was a quid pro quo. We do this. That's what Mick Mulvaney said.
We do this all the time.
We do it all the time.
I mean, there is no depth to the syphilitic dream and nightmare that we're in. It's everyone just living inside of Trump's brain or outside of it. That's all there is. Do you live inside his brain or do you live outside of his brain? I think every Republican needs to answer that question.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, Jayar. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.